Wait, I'm so dumb. That's that one Hoto. Oh my gosh. I don't even remember anything. Sergio
In New Spain, what we
Mazapan.
know
Let's
now
go.
as Mexico, these cattle multiplied fast across vast lands. Someone had to manage these growing herds, and that was the vaquero. As Spanish missions and presidios spread northward into what was the American Southwest, the vaquero rode with them. By the 1700s, vaqueros were working
Blech.
cattle across modern day Texas, Arizona, New Mexico, and especially Alta
There's a
California,
New Mexico?
which is present day California. In fact, some of the first documented cattle drives in California happened around missions like San Juan Capistrano and San Gabriel. The vaqueros working these lands often managed massive herds for the
San
Spanish
Gabriel
Army and
mission.
rancheros.
This is third
When
grade?
Mexico
I gotta
gained
do the mission
independence
thing all
in
over
Spain in
again?
1821, the ranching lifestyle remained, but now with a uniquely Mexican flair. Vaqueros were skilled riders, rope masters, and craftsmen. They made their own saddles, braided their own lassos called cuarta, and wore wide-brimmed sombreros and leather leg coverings known as chaparreras, and what we call chaps today. Hold up just a minute. This is a pet peeve of mine, and most cowboys across the world it is. It is not pronounced
Oh, look at that
chaps.
little.
It is chaps. These are leggings that cowboys wore for protection and also warmth. Okay, now let's get back to the rest of the story.
Third
Their
go.
gear, language, and techniques would later influence every part of American cowboy life. But many vaqueros weren't directly of Spanish descent. Many were indigenous, mestizo, or Afro-Mexican. Men who blended Spanish ranching knowledge with native survival skills and a deep connection to the
Oh
land.
no.
When it came to food, they made it count. Long cattle drives meant meals had to be simple,
Down there.
filling,
Oof.
and fire-friendly. Tortillas, beans, dried meat, and chili sauces were everyday fare. Huevos rancheros, eggs
Let's
loaded up
go.
with tortillas and doused in a peppery tomato sauce.
Oh, pretty far. That's Clown Boy.
It wasn't a special occasion.
He's down to
It
Clown.
was fuel and it was full of flavor. As ranching culture traveled north and mingled with Anglo settlers and Civil War era cattlemen, the vaqueros' methods and meals shaped the cowboy way of life from South Texas all the way to southern Montana and the Great Plains. Well, while that sauce is sitting there just simmering along, it is time to break out the corn tortillas. Now, before that, I had me a little leftover bacon grease from yesterday, so
Not
I
in
just made
here?
it back up. I just want you to
That's
get a
rare.
little bath in here in this, and then just throw them right here on old Bertha. It don't take long for it to happen, so be paying attention. You just want them
Everything in
warm,
here?
through,
Okay.
hot, crispy. It don't take long on Bertha. In fact, let me get something to peel them off there with, cause that bunch is ready to go.
You're screaming.
Cackleberries, a very important component to huevos rancheros. Now you can fry these any way you want. You can do them in a skillet, you can do them on a flat top griddle, over medium, over easy, sunny side.
Come on, baby.
Any way you want.
If I can get this one, we've won. Come on, baby. Good with the huevos rancheros. You can
Huevos
do it.
rancheros. Now traditionally, which is this dish, it was just tortilla, sauce, egg, a little more sauce. But I have sprinkled cheese on mine. I like them that way. And we even showed you a bonus version here we did. As things have evolved, people like to add a little everything. And for this one, we just what? Layer of refried beans, some chorizo, 2 fried eggs on top, a little cheese, a little more sauce. So you take your bite out of every which one you want to. I'm gonna hold them out there. You go ahead and get your bite. I'll let y'all go first. No, bashful, huh? Well, I'm gonna go with traditional right off the bat. Mate,
Alright.
you make me want to do the Chihuahua. You're not a Chihuahua, you're a Schnauzer.
Oh,
You think that'd be
Schnauzer.
right? Now, I'm gonna try Sham's version. Refried beans, chorizo. Might be a toss-up, but I'm gonna lean towards original. I just like the flavor that is just there by itself. The corn tortilla fried in that bacon grease. You get that egg,
Uh-oh.
get that sauce that we made to go on it. Folks, that is a winner right there. Rancher's eggs, huevos rancheros. But it is with great pride, honor, and privilege that I tip my hat to all the servicemen and
Go,
women and all the
BB.
veterans that have kept that old flag flying over camp. We commend you all, we do. But folks, remember, it's time to what? Share the fire. Not just the
I'm surprised it
fire,
didn't come for
but
me.
the fire inside you, the passion that you have, because that's going to bring about good things in the world. And when you share your cooking fire, hey, you're drawing people together. You're making family, you're making friends. So have that fire, have that passion in there. Get on in here close.
Is he waiting for me to run that way?
God bless you each and every
I'm a
one.
coward. I won't do it.
Huevos from Rancheros Trail.
Guess I have to, right? Never mind. Oh no, that one photo. Why? Okay. One. Okay, he's coming this way. It's obvious where I'm going. Oh, this is so good for me if he's not nearby. Oh wait, we still need one? I thought we had both of them. I'm so dumb. Okay. Run this way. Okay, that's fine. Fine, that's fine. This is good for me. Yoshi's Story's not bad. I love Yoshi's Story. It's cute.
The Yoshi series has always been an odd one for me.
That's one of my favorite.
Nintendo released Super Mario World, which became a massive critical and commercial success because it's Super Mario World. Instead Following up the plumber's adventure with another Mario outing, 5 years later, Nintendo released Super Mario World 2, Yoshi's Island, a 2D platformer focused on Yoshi for some reason. But the game sold well.
Oh, I like Yoshi Island.
You know, is
Yoshi
one of the best
Story.
platformers of all time. So yeah, Yoshi's Island would eventually hatch into a spin-off series of egg-centric platformers. These Yoshi games were generally slower paced than 2D Mario titles, but the levels were more focused on exploration and collecting items. Yoshi could also eat enemies, throw eggs, and flutter jump to give himself an extra boost in the air. These unique traits would become staples of the Yoshi series, along with creative visual styles that vary from game to game. But what really makes the Yoshi series so strange to me is how, despite having solid mechanics and being built on the back of the most critically acclaimed platforming franchise ever, Yoshi hasn't left much of an impact other than its initial outing in 1995. Sure, most of the Yoshi platformers are at least pretty solid, but the original Yoshi's Island has still yet to be topped in terms of critical reception. And I think that's because every traditional Yoshi platformer since Yoshi's Island has either tried too hard to
Come
emulate the
on.
original's genius, or was Yoshi's Story. Released in 1997 on the Nintendo 64, Yoshi's Story is the direct sequel to the original.
His little hockey mushroom.
64 during development. However, despite it being created by the same team as Yoshi's Island, Yoshi's Story received fairly negative reviews when it first launched in Japan, mainly due to the game's low difficulty and simplicity. But Nintendo did make some slight adjustments to the Western release. Some items would be better hidden, egg blocks would now match the Yoshi's color, and most importantly, critics still ragged on the game. Yoshi's Story just couldn't catch a break. But the reason I'm making this video is because Yoshi's Story was the first game I ever played. I think. It was either this or Super Mario Kart. I don't know, I was like 3. Yes, I do have a lot of nostalgia for Yoshi's Story, but I also haven't played it in about a decade, and I don't think I even unlocked all of the
Oh
levels.
no.
So I want to use this video as an opportunity to reevaluate my opinion of this game. Honestly, I didn't even know Yoshi's Story was so poorly received until somewhat recently. So were the critics right in saying Yoshi's Story is an oversimplified, easy slog of a game? Or is it the hidden gem of the Yoshi franchise? One of the main selling points of the Yoshi series has always been aesthetic diversity, with each game having a distinct handmade arts and crafts feel. Yoshi's Story takes the pop-up book approach, with many elements being constructed from cardboard, newspaper, and patchwork. God, I love the Luigi hole. I
Come
remember
on.
adoring the pop-up book aesthetic as a kid. And now being 20 years older, Jesus Christ, I still think this game looks gorgeous. That is
Can you
the
touch
one
me
thing
on the staircase?
any
Thank
review
you.
of this game will agree on. Yoshi's Story has a wonderful aesthetic. A lot.
Such a cute
Okay,
game.
Well, the majority of N64 games these days haven't aged spectacularly well. I still like how a lot of these games look personally, but Yoshi's Story has to be the best looking game on the N64 of all time. It might be a bit of unfair competition given that this is a 2D game on a console dominated by some of the earliest 3D games in the industry, but let Yoshi's Story have this one, goddammit. This pop-up book aesthetic is even woven into the story. One day, Baby Bowser turns Yoshi's Island into a storybook and steals their Super Happy Tree, the source of
The
all
Super
happiness
Happy
on
Tree.
the island. Without the Super Happy Tree, the Yoshis spiral into depression, literally like every single one of them, except for the 6 baby Yoshis that hatch elsewhere on the island. And these newborns plot to stop Baby Bowser by, and I quote, eating fruit and having fun. If only life was that easy. Many of Yoshi's traits that originated in the original Yoshi's Island are retained,
Oof.
such as the flutter jump, egg throwing, and eating various fruits and enemies. However, Yoshi's Story differentiates itself in a few key ways. First, you now have direct control when aiming the egg. You no longer need to wait for the reticle to
Ooh.
line up the way you want, and I really like this change. It gives you a bit more control over your character. And speaking of control, Yoshi feels great to maneuver. He's a little slippery, but he can jump absurdly high and has great momentum in the air. This game just feels great to play. Baby Mario was also completely absent. thank God, making
Yeah.